Alright, we are back. We are officially in Glenumbra, which is where I left you guys in the previous episode. One of my favorite storylines and maps. You want a quick little look? This is... might have helped if I actually... Alright, so here's Glenumbra. It's quite large, so we are going to spend some time in this map, and there is a lot of quests, so I'm excited to get started. And I have fond memories of this storyline, so let's do this. We gotta go find Sir Lannis Alden and have a quick discussion with him. And my lore books! I got lore books! I'm so excited! The Code of Moloch. By the Code of Moloch, I don't need you to guess how many times I heard the oath made in some dingy tavern. Again and again, some fellow sellsword, with too much fire in him, has screamed those words at the top of his lungs. I'd be lying if I said the orc strongholds don't take those words as law. There are a few places where experience would tell you that tradition and the old ways make for better fighter, but with orcs it seems like staying true to your ancestors is the path to their victory. Let me start a few steps back. The orc strongholds have existed as long as the orc race has, at least according to them. Orc strongholds are more than armored camps, they're fortresses. Every man, woman, and child inside the walls is trained from birth to defend them. All their weapons and armor are smithed right there in the stronghold. All the food is hunted down by the orc warriors and brought back to be eaten by the orcs who live there. Orcs follow no laws save their own, an unwritten set of rules called the Code of Moloch, named after one of their gods, who is sometimes called Malakath. Most of it's pretty simple: don't steal, don't kill, and don't attack people without reason, although there seems to be a big list of exceptions. Orcs in a stronghold don't have jails for their criminals, they have a blood price. You either pay enough in goods for your crimes, or you bleed enough that the victim is satisfied. And I don't need to tell you that orcs have a lot of blood. The code also sets up who runs the stronghold. The toughest male is usually the chief. He makes decisions and decides when the Code of Moloch has been satisfied. All the women are either the chief's wives or his daughters, with the exception of the wise woman, who handles all spiritual matters and healing needs. Matters of grave dispute are handled with short but violent fights. Those who don't get along with the chief are usually forced out of the stronghold to live among the rest of us. An orc grows up being told to fight for everything. If something is not worth fighting for, it is beneath the code. The orcs in a stronghold don't have strangers, used to living on their own like they do. We know about their homes because so many orcs leave their strongholds to become sellswords or soldiers. And a few pints of meat always gets them talking about home. I hear that sometimes when an orc makes a non-orc a blood kin, that person is allowed to live in the stronghold as one of the clan. Of course, I've never seen proof of that actually happening. For all the strange rules and traditions, the Code of Moloch does breed a culture of determined warriors. They focused in ways that the average sellsword isn't. They don't hesitate to draw weapons and settle battles openly. I think that's the real difference between the stronghold orcs and the city orcs. The law allows you to settle fights through the constable's men, but the Code of Moloch demands you settle your problems yourself. That's a fine way of thinking when you're leading a mercenary's life. Okay. I'm so glad my books are back. But you? Okay.
If you want a horse, then we...
Hello.
The proud city of Daggerfall greets you. Can I help you with something?
I bring a petition. Chief Tazgol wishes to join the Daggerfall Covenant.
The Seamount War Chief? Impressive. I don't know what you did to convince him, friend. But you have my gratitude. Well done. I will take this petition to High King Emmerich immediately. Enjoy your stay in Daggerfall.
Well, thank you. Turn my volume up. Oh.
Another chance at perfection.
Oh, thanks, Xander. Xander Wander.
I heard that someone released King Lelorian from the lightless oubliette.
Ooh, I can do my dailies. Guess I might as well. I'll bring you guys back in a minute while I do those. In this time of war and strife, an opportunity to purchase your own home has never been greater. From commoner to merchant, lore, blah, blah, blah. Hi. Papa, Giblets, what are you doing? The dog whines anxiously. Hey, what's wrong, little guy? The dog looks down on the road and then back at you, as if he wants you to follow. Oh no! Okay, hold on. You stick with me, buddy. I gotta do my dailies, and then I will gladly follow you. Okay, I came back. I finished my dailies and freed up my quest log. And now we have a puppy who's named Giblets, and he really wants us to follow him. The dog whines anxiously. Hey, what's wrong? The dog looks down the road and then back at you, as if he wants you to follow. No. Do you, boo? I'm right behind you.
Fool! Your interference will not be tolerated.
Grocer, 3 blood...
scholarship. I can smell it from here.
3 blood oranges, crescent emblem cloak, and black roses with thorns. Okay. Alright, puppies, I'm so sorry about your owner. Little buddies. I do need to switch out our pet, though.
Flowers for sale. A posy to gain a sweetheart's favor, perhaps?
Not today. I found a body in the water near the mill wheel. He'll carry this list.
Oh, that's a pity. Well, now this is a mess.
What do you mean?
I'm taking a chance here. Sometimes I hear strange things, like what's on that note. Black roses with thorns. I've heard whispers of dark nature magic. That's just the kind of thing Roy, your dead man, would be interested in.
How did Roy become involved in all this?
With the note? I don't know. That's just what Roy did. He would find out things. Daggerfall has many eyes and ears. After all, information is cheaper than war.
Get your goods here.
I hope to be done.
Welcome, friend. You can't get better fruits or vegetables anywhere in Daggerfall. I guarantee it.
I found this list. Do you have 3 blood oranges?
Look, I don't want any trouble. That's a phrase used by the King's intelligence network. It means someone's going to get killed. I don't want to know anything more. Just leave me out of this.
I have a few other phrases to ask about.
I said leave me alone. Take your questions and go. I'm not involved in this. This sounds like something that Roy would want to know about.
Can you tell me about what you, who's Roy?
Damn persistent, aren't you? Roy's a friend. I trust him. People I don't know, I don't trust. And I don't know you.
Enough. Fair enough.
Buy local. Get your goods here.
There's so many quests. So many quests. Alright, I don't want the for glory.
Interested in a set of new clothes? Something in silk, perhaps? No one ever leaves my shop empty-handed.
I'm looking for a cloak with a crescent emblem.
I'm afraid those aren't for sale. The crescent moon is the heraldry of the Casimir family, the rulers of Daggerfall.
Why would a dead man write that on a note?
Dead? Rugged fellow had a dog? That's Roy. Well, that was Roy. I'm sorry he's dead, but I'm not surprised. If you figure out what Roy knew and who killed him, I'm sure someone will reward you. It's also a good way to get yourself killed.
Were you and Roy good friends?
I guess. I liked Roy. He watched out for the merchants around here, and in exchange, we helped Roy. I listened and let Roy know what people were saying. If we ever told him something important, Roy made sure the right people were informed.
Can you tell me more about Roy?
Roy was a good man, loyal to Daggerfall. People trusted him. Even that old dog loved him.
I discovered the meaning of all the items on the list. Where should I report this?
If a crime has been committed, talk to Captain Arison. It's his job to keep the city safe, so he's as good a choice as any. He's usually by the great stairs behind the Mages Guild. He likes to keep an eye on the approach to the castle.
Okay. Thank you kindly. Alright, Xander. Out we go. Don't feel like... Go. I don't know. There's so much going on. I think I'm gonna go this way. I'm so sorry if you hear the dogs in the background. I don't know who they're barking at.
Right here.
But somebody. Not the mail. It's way too early for the mail. Please. Thanks, Xander. I didn't even know he was
Point.
following me.
Honor and steel.
Welcome to Daggerfall. Move along.
I have information from Roy.
Roy, where is he? Why did he send a stranger in his place?
Well, that's because poor Roy is dead. I found this note on his body.
Dead? Mara's hands. Let me look at that note. It's our code, all right. Someone who uses dark nature magic is planning to assassinate King Casimir. But who's behind this? I need to know more.
I can get more information if you like.
Just don't try to play me for a fool. But with Roy dead, I don't seem to have much of a choice. Talk to Grenna Grakush at the Rosy Lion Inn. If Roy was onto something, she'll know what to do. Betray us and, well, she'll still know what to do.
All right. Fair enough. I'll go talk to him. Oh, jeez.
Fool! Your interference will not be tolerated.
You guys keep startling me.
And that's done. What's next?
Something over this way, Xander Wander. The Rosy Lion. Beware the Glenumbra banks. What's that? You want to know about the Glenumbra banks? I thought everyone knew about those shifting sandbars off the northwest coast of High Rock. The narrow islets that make seafaring there so dangerous close to shore. I myself have made a living for almost 30 years as a Daggerfall pilot, guiding merchant ships through the banks in and out of the city's north docks. And I'm well paid for the job, but the merchants don't complain. They see the rotting spars and twisted planks of the shipwrecks we pass as we wend our way through the channels. Those channels are treacherous and ever-changing. When we go out in early sun's dawn to meet the first ship coming into port after the winter storms, there are always numerous visible changes to the waterways, as well as invisible changes to their depths, which we must take care to map out by frequent use of the plumb line. But the fact is, we must ever be on the lookout for changes in the banks, even in mid-year and sun's height. Now, how is it that the sands shift the way they do, sometimes changing overnight, even when there's been no storm? The Herne current runs far offshore, and in summer the breeze the mariners call the Yucatan Zephyr blows steadily but gently from the west. And yet, the sands shift and the banks change. Well, strangers, I'll tell you the secret. So long as you're buying the drinks tonight in the Rosy Lion. It's Ithlglor. Yes, you heard me right. The immortal Leviathan of the Elthric Ocean is no mere fable. He lives and haunts the far depths of the sea and sometimes near shallows of the shore. He fills old channels of the banks and dredges new ones. And when a ship runs aground on the sands, he rises from the waters and dines on its sailors, one by one. I suppose you're entitled to look skeptical about that, so long as you buy another round. That is, but listen, I'm not just spinning an old salt's yarn. I've seen the thing. On nights when the moons are full and the sea is calm, you can sometimes glimpse the Leviathan's oily back heaving above the surface as the old monstrosity digs his devious traps. Occasionally there's a geyser of sea mist, like when a whale blows, and then the breeze wafts ashore a demonic stench that smells like it's blown from oblivion. So there, now you know. But let's just keep this between you, me, and the tavern keeper's cat, shall we? The South Harbor's too shallow for the big merchantmen. The Daggerfall depends on her sea trade continuing to find its way to the North Docks. As do I. And sailors are such a superstitious lot. No point in scaring them away, eh? Hello.
I'm busy. Can't you see I'm drinking here?
Hey, Captain Orson sent me?
And? Why are we talking?
Roy uncovered an assassination plot.
By Malakath. Roy stepped on a nest of snakes this time. One of the vipers is upstairs. He might know something. I'd confront him, but he knows me. Maybe a stranger like you can get him to talk.
Sure, I can go do that.
Eager. Reminds me of Roy. Go upstairs. Find Levesque and rattle his teeth, but don't kill him. We may need him later. Just don't mention me. I'm not an agent of the Crown. I'm just an orc enjoying her ale.
I'll do what I can. Why would I be looking for you? Yes, I'll talk to you.
What do you want, ugly?
Call me ugly again and you'll have a fight on your hands.
Ha! Is that right? Well then, sounds to me like you could be one of the Undaunted.
Tell me more.
A league of like-minded adventurers. Every one of us eager for riches and glory. Sound like anyone you know? So, what do you say? Think you can be one of the Undaunted?
Why, yes, I want to be one of the Undaunted.
Still alive, are you? And all your limbs intact? Maybe you should spend more time adventuring and less time at the tavern. Are you sure? You'll have to fight the largest, meanest monsters in Tamriel. It's not for the weak of heart.
Oh, I'm not afraid.
Then welcome. I think you'll fit right in. Once you prove yourself, of course. All you have to do is find a cave named Spindleclutch. The one full of bloodthirsty spiders. If you can handle that, return to me here, and we'll make it official.
I'm still very confused by that whole quest line, because there was the event in Westworld that had us become an Undaunted for the event. It was a server-wide event that was happening. And so we became one of the Undaunted. But, it was like the game forgot that I did that quest line when we finished it. It was so weird. And a little broken, but it's fine.
I was meant for better than this.
Don't let them get me.
Hello.
You don't think I had anything to do with that, do you?
Well, I'm willing to overlook all of this in exchange for some information.
Agreed. I'll tell you everything I know. Martin Lerino hired me. He lives next door to the inn, in the large manor house. I'm a mason, you see. Martin wanted me to make him a map of the tunnels beneath Daggerfall.
What tunnels?
The secret ones that lead to the castle. But I don't know what he's planning, I swear. I just needed the gold. I've got my own troubles back in Wayrest.
Hey, here. Chicken. Brave Zanawi. Okay. A warning to the Aldemiri Dominion. The overlords of the Aldemiri Dominion are hereby put on notice. Renounce your ambitions of aggression and return to your islands and jungles, or the wrath of the Daggerfall Covenant shall fall upon you like a hammer of the divines. We are well aware that the Aldemiri plan nothing less than a return to the elven domination of the other races, particularly Min and Orcs. They wish to overturn the legacies of the First and Second Empires and wipe them from history. This we shall not allow. Never again will free men and Orcs submit to the tyranny of elven oppression. The arrogant high elves of Somerset are clearly the driving force behind the Dominion. We of the Covenant have shown through our acceptance of the Durini that we can live with the elves in peace, but Queen Erin insists on war. Her invasion of the continent of Tamriel is nothing but naked aggression. The Dominion has no tutorial rights in Cyrodiil. If the Altmere do not return to Somerset, their invading armies will be destroyed. The Wood Elves and the Kahit have traded with our Iliac Bay kingdoms for ages, but they've made a mistake in allying themselves with the perfidious Altmere of Somerset. Though we of the Covenant wish them no ill will, if they maintain their alliance with the Dominion, they will suffer the same fate at our hands as the High Elves. They must reconsider, or they must face our wrath. That musician's voice is a bit painful. It is a tad grating on the ears.
You're back. What happened?
Levique had some protection.
I thought I heard some noise upstairs. But you don't look any worse for the wear. Did you let that snake Levesque live?
He's alive. He gave Martin Larinex information about secret tunnels to the castle.
Martin the merchant? We need to know everything. Get inside Larino's manor. Look for anything that can shed light on what they're planning. I'll stay here and keep an eye on Levesque, so take anything you find straight to Captain Erison.
Said his name completely wrong. So weird to play a character in dark clothing because my previous character was a Templar Knight, so she was all like white and glowy. Kind of fun. I think I probably said that before. Right, where the flip am I going? This way. Are we gonna get besieged again? Don't mind me. But in. Taking a look-sees. Robbing the place blind, if I'm being honest.
Thought-provoking.
Except for we already read it. I checked that. Yeah, I did. like we're going upstairs. No. Oh.
What? Kill the intruder.
It's so weird to go from Westworld bosses to this. Especially towards the end of Westworld storyline. Oh, I had such a hard time. Martine, your ships are more than adequate to transport our agents. All you need to do is deliver the cargo. Once night falls, we'll emerge from the crates and use Levicus maps to get close to King Casimir. Angoff will be pleased with the chaos caused by Casimir's death. The kingdom's leaderless ranks will offer the Bloodthorns little resistance. Overcoming the south will be easy and Glenumbra will be ours. Rest assured that you will be compensated very well for your loyalty to the Bloodthorn cause. See that those crates are not disturbed. The agents inside must stay hidden until the time is right. If they are discovered, I will perform the deed myself and then come back for you. Do not fail us. He failed. He failed so bad. Isn't it funny that it's a dog that sold them all out? Their evil plan would have worked if it wasn't for an adorable dog. A loyal, adorable dog. Alright, where am I going? I don't know.
Have you heard the one about the...
No, I don't want to go over
This
there.
work isn't going to do itself.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have one slight fear? Hold on, I gotta check something. Glenumbra. Some of these, okay, doesn't... I think I'm gonna be okay. Maybe. Some of the quests, you have to, like... If you don't do them before you do something else, they disappear, and there's not many of them, but there's enough that it does get a little confusing. Well, hello again, sir.
Most of the royal family is safe, but his lordship is brave and stubborn. He refuses to leave the throne.
Oh, jeez. Sir. Captain.
A most gratifying resolution.
Really? Captain. Orison. Alright.
Most of the royal family is safe, but his lordship is brave and stubborn. He refuses to leave the throne room. I need more information to convince him of the danger he's in.
Well, he is the target. Assassins are hiding in cargo crates on the docks.
His lordship. Keep this quiet, or we'll never find the assassins in time. Divines help us if the king is killed. It could destroy the Alliance. I've taken every precaution to protect the royal family, but the king refuses to lay low. We need to find those assassins.
Seriously, man.
Our work isn't done. Daggerfall's still in danger.
What needs to be done?
I've taken every precaution to protect the royal family, but the king
I'll search the
refused.
harbor.
Good. Talk to Sisana Atabas. She oversees the docks. Tell her what you discovered, and she'll help in any way she can. Now hurry. The king's life is in danger.
Go talk to Sasana. Bloodthorn assassins.
In the name of the king.
I know, dude, right? We do not jump high enough. Where am I going? What is that? Why is that? Is nobody else concerned about the thorns popping up? I really shouldn't be there.
Hurt me, will you?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here. Where am I going? Am I going in the right direction? I was not in any way.
Hear ye, hear ye. Travel through the woods of Daenia is highly discouraged at the present time. An unknown corruption has agitated the usually peaceful spirits of the Vale.
Teeny tiny little. I had to tab out.
If you have anything suspicious,
Just a second to take a look at my email. It's going crazy.
Unless this is about cargo, I can't talk right now. I'm extremely busy.
Captain Orson sent me. The king is in danger.
The assassins are in my port. Find these snakes and kill them, but do it quietly. I don't want to start a panic. I'll alert the guards. If any of these conspirators get past you, we'll cut them down.
The docks. Sounds like
What is it?
Man, why be such dicks? Jeez. Come here.
We can use this.
You're too late. Barrett's already on his way to the castle.
Alright. Jaunt.
You were at Faldar's Tooth when Thalik tried to open a portal to Oblivion.
I was a little confused about a few things, though. Oh, what a pig needs. I know time is of essence and the king is in danger, but being a swineherd is much harder than you think. Being a good swineherd is even harder. There are many things that a pig needs, and it is the duty of the swineherd to see to them all. A pig needs mud to wallow in, dry hay to sleep in, and clean water to drink and bathe in. A pig needs slop to eat. Slop can consist of almost any food scraps, but a pig prefers corn, cobs, fruit, vegetables, mushrooms, and wheat. But most of all, a pig needs love. Love your pigs and they will serve you well. Makes me think of, there was a TV show, Dirty Jobs with Mike something. I can't think of his last name. But anyway, he was doing one where all the buffets were
For the Knights of the King.
donating. Buffets in like Las Vegas were donating, or I don't know if they were donating or if it was purchased, food for pig farmers. Find the king.
I will not. The dragon does not flee its lair.
They're coming for you. Wait, what was that?
Death to the king.
Get the king out of here. Go!
To the side!
Go. We'll handle this.
No one will stand in Engolf's way.
To the king! Flank, now! Go round!
Hey, king, you could actually like punch something or something instead of standing there.
Toward the stairs. Good riddance.
Instead of standing there with your hands up like a chicken.
Captain, this isn't easy for me to say, but I want to apologize for ignoring your warnings.
It was nothing, my king. I apologize if I was impertinent in my duty.
Not at all, Arisen. Rise, please. In service to Daggerfall, our friend here is to have any support the Watch or the Knights can provide.
Of course. We'll do whatever we can to help find Angolf and determine his motives. All of Daggerfall stands behind our hero.
It would seem that the captain's concern for me was well-founded. You saved me from this assassin's blade, as well as from my own foolishness this day.
I did what I could.
Indeed. The body on my floor proves that. Who was this man who came to kill me? What did he want?
The assassin was Varric, but he worked for someone named Angolf.
Angolf? I've heard this name whispered by my agents. The royal spy master reports of unrest across my kingdom, stirred into a froth by this Angolf. But that's all we know.
They wanted to create chaos by assassinating you.
Creating chaos is a method, not a goal. It's a means, not an end. There's more going on here than chaos for its own sake. We must get to the bottom of this.
Is there anything I can do?
Oh yes, my friend. I hereby grant you special dispensation to investigate the villain Angolf in my name. But you must keep this quiet, for we don't want to tip our hand. I shall never forget your service this day, however.
I'm just gonna poke around here. Aw, baby's crib. Here's the baby. I mean, he did send his family away, which was probably really smart.
Derivative.
Yeah, that's just book snob. Xander. Sorry, I don't remember reading that. But the game says I did. Like that pumpkin.
Perhaps we can complete a writ or two on our downtime.
Already did that, Xander. Right, where am I at the moment? Yeah, I'm here. The demon weapon. I just locked myself out of that. I think I might have locked myself out of it. And who was so afraid? Yeah. Back alley murder. I guess I think I'm gonna leave you guys here.
Honor and steel.
Look, it's the hero who saved King Casimir. Thank you. I'll leave you guys here, and I will see you in the next episode. I'm just literally gonna pick right up, but I know that this will be a good stopping point. Thanks for keeping me company, and I will see you in the next episode.